How's it going, YouTube? I can't see myself in that camera, so I gotta do that, but talk to the mic. How's it going? Welcome to podcast number 5, the Nerd Underground podcast. Here on Nerd Underground TV. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe, because we're gonna post a lot of fun stuff. And if you're listening to us on all the others, go check out the channel. And yeah, let me introduce everybody here. You can tell right next to me is the huge JonKuh.
What's up, Kuh?
And the first time on the Nerd Underground podcast, we got...
Well, yeah, I am Ryo Azuro, the wannabe hero.
But I will give forewarned, we know him as Paul, so you might hear Paul from
Yeah.
us. We can't be like, who's Paul?
Yeah, I know. Who's that guy?
I have mentioned Mr. Ryo Azuro before on a podcast. He's technically a GVC producer. GVC standing for Video Game Content.
Woo-woo.
He provides us with a lot of titles for video game pleasures, me particularly.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the only way I was able to play Destiny 2 when it came out.
Yeah, and now I'm away from Destiny 2 because...
Yeah, everybody is. Nobody's playing Destiny
gotten
2.
garbage, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with DLC either. So.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we got one more. And
It had cool cutscenes, but that's it. But
They'll come out with better, DLC later on. It's going to be about the same price as the original copy of the game, so it'll make things better. Don't worry.
That's what Joe says.
Yeah, no, we've done that. We've seen this before with Destiny 1.
Yeah. Taken King and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to get back into gaming. And you know what would really help me get back into gaming?
What?
Our sponsor, which is brought to you by Cinch Gaming Controllers, man. I just segued this early.
I know.
That was quick.
Like that.
Wow.
Yes, Cinch Gaming, you can go and customize your own personal controller, all the buttons, colors, textures, the thumbsticks, and pre-mat buttons on the back. That's what's really... That and stops and the controller triggers. That's what interests me the most. And I have to redact something I said, which was true in the past, but when we went and checked it out again, they actually took that option off, which was esports teams, preset skins and color themes and all that. We were looking everywhere, but it's gone. It was there, I promise you, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was there.
It was there, but it's gone now. And
hey,
so
funny
sad.
thing though, there is a little custom controller you can get there. It's Destiny themed.
Oh yeah, Destiny's on there.
So if you're still in that Destiny theme, then go check it out.
And they got like a blue that I swear was gonna be that Vault Boy.
Oh, it looked cool.
That controller I saw on Facebook going around, but it's just that same blue of Fallout 4. But yeah, okay. Game Controllers, thank you, Cinch Gaming, for sponsoring the podcast. More sponsors are on the way. That's what Jonathan and I have been tackling the last few days. So the moment those sponsors happen, you'll hear about it. So let's dive into it. We've all seen Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I guess I got it with forewarned right here, right now. It's gonna have some spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, we're spoil talk.
Spoiled?
Oh.
How's it spoiled if it's fresh?
Wow! You went quah, like quah, quah. Yeah. Actually, hey Ryo.
Yeah?
You see that cubby right over there where the ocarina box is?
Uh-huh.
Can you grab all those glasses behind there? I totally forgot to grab that. No. What? Bottom, left. Ocarina box. Ocarina box.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of stuff on the floor.
I got a lot of memorabilia.
Memorabilia.
It's right behind the tripod.
If you
You see
remember
all those 3D glasses?
where the memorabilia is at.
Grab all of them. There should be 3.
Oh boy.
Alright, everybody gets a pair.
All right.
Oh man, I finally get to grow up, right?
Oh.
Yeah, dust them off. Because this is how we're going to help out visual watchers for when we do movies. When the glasses are on, spoilers are going on.
Oh, okay.
And the moment we're spoiler free, we take them off.
Gotcha.
Right? And for audio listeners, this is how it's going to work out. I'm going to be watching the clock. We're only going to do 10 minutes of spoiling talk in the whole grand scheme of of the whole podcast. So, yeah, I'll mark the timer for 10 minutes and then we're good to go. That's how our system is going to work.
Ain't these the same glasses that people used to pop out the lenses of and just like wear
Just
like
use them?
tips?
Yeah, like fake glasses.
I kept the shades in because who knows, maybe I'll get a 3D TV and can do crazy shit.
I'm pretty sure by then
yeah, whatever.
this will be out.
Hey, I found a purpose for them.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll tell you when to start. But the glasses are on!
Oh, man.
Woo! Whoa, everything...
I was like,
whoa, you're like 3D, dude! Oh my gosh!
Man, this is like the time on Spy Kids 3D, whenever they're like, put on glasses now. And like you're watching it at home because you didn't go to the theater, and you're like,
yeah, I remember.
What glasses?
I remember, man. So the spoilers are going now. So the timer starts now. For audio listeners, zoom ahead 10 minutes. And for those video watchers, the moment you see us without glasses, if you fast forward on YouTube, you know it's safe. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about Black Panther, guys.
Oh, boy.
First impressions right off the bat.
Wakanda Pride. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. That's really catchy.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Well, let's start with Ryo. What'd you think?
I thought it was a really good movie. Probably I was talking to my wife, and I think it's the second best standalone movie for me.
I gotta ask what was with number one. Then.
Captain America, the first one for origin story.
First Avenger one.
Well, first Captain America,
first Avenger.
The solo was great. Closely followed by Spider-Man: Homecoming as third, but I think this just had a lot of great story with the characters, and not only the characters, but Wakanda itself being a pivotal, really point in the movie.
In the universe.
They
made that very, very relevant and important at the end. But let's not skip ahead to the end. Right off the bat, I love how it's picking up right after Civil War. So if you do a marathon, especially a lot of us MCU fanatics, with Infinity War going on, we're doing marathons right now.
Oh, yeah.
I just did a huge one. And I watched Civil War the night of opening night for Black Panther. So it was fresh on my mind, and it just picks up perfectly. Honestly, the only thing that I could say is it's like the beard length didn't match, but whatever.
That's nitpicking.
At least it's not nitpicking. At least it's not a mustache, right?
Oh, Superman.
Oh, boy.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
First impressions right out the gate.
Right off the gate, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really just, sat there the entire time, and I felt more connected to this one. I don't know what it was. It's just I was like, oh, no, yes,
reacting.
Most movies, especially the Marvel movies, I really enjoy watching. I will oh my gosh, this is really awesome. But this one, for some reason, I don't know if it was just the time of day I went or what. It was just, I really, really was like, man, I don't want this movie to ever end.
You were in it.
Yeah, I was, but I wanted to know what happened.
I will relate with that because the last film of recent memory that made me react was Last Jedi.
Oh.
But that's because being a diehard Star Wars fan, the stuff that they were getting away with, I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
But I found myself in Black Panther going, oh, well, because my mindset went, okay, what is this going to offer to the whole grand scheme of MCU? A lot of people are going in there like, how's this going to lead to Avengers? And we're no better because that's what we were talking about last podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I didn't go in with that mindset of Avengers Infinity War. I went in and I was like, let's see Black Panther.
Yeah.
I want to see Wakanda because I remember when Age of Ultron came out, everybody thought that that screwed up again?
I exactly thought the same thing. I was like, when Age of Ultron came out, everyone was just like, well, there was a name drop in there.
Wakanda, the dialect.
Wakanda? Bruce Banner.
Banner said it. And then when they went after the ship, after Claw, everybody thought that, and then the city where the Hulkbuster fight happened, they were like, oh man, Wakanda got fucked up. I was like, that wasn't Wakanda. Mm-hmm. That was South Africa, bro. That's it. They never specified other than African coastline when they first showed the ships on the dried shore and all that. So I was just like, ooh, I can't wait to see Wakanda. And then when the trailer started dropping, you're like, ooh, high tech, yes.
Yep.
Hidden, yes.
Very much indeed.
And honestly, oh, bless you, bro.
Yep,
thank you.
I remember I never really saw Wakanda at the beginning of stuff in comics. Mm-hmm. And so my biggest influence of Wakanda was reading Avengers vs. X-Men.
Okay.
I read every issue. I own every issue. And when... spoilers for that. When Namor shows up and just wrecks Wakanda, you see it for a split second before it's underwater, kind of. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
But I've known the legacy of Wakanda, and I like how they actually spent a good amount of time detailing it, showing it off, and giving you kind of its footprint in a way.
Yeah.
It's culture.
Yeah.
Before getting bogged down with plot and action. They give you that. I mean, that's how the first act is supposed to go. Mm-hmm. But
they did a great job at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little setup.
I want to visit Wakanda.
Yeah. It made me feel like, dude, I want to go to that place. It was just heartbreaking to find out it's just a movie.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the. I just don't want to be the people.
Flying cars in our basketball courts. Damn it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be like the people who were like, oh, they're a third world country. Like, I don't want to be those people. I want to be people who is in the know, in the city, like by itself. You see them with iPods and iPads.
It was
And,
great this time of year, guys. Trust me.
they're showing off like tech off of their watches. Like, look at this video.
The beads were cool. That was a bit of technology. All right, let's talk about Wakanda technology.
Oh, yeah.
Right off the bat, those beads were like communication, holograms, controls. And like, hey, turn on the tray. And she's like, beep. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What? Smartphones aren't so smart compared to their shit.
Smartphone's like, hang on, I gotta download the app real quick. Hang on.
Are we connected to Bluetooth? Oh crap! Which one am I connecting to? What kind of technology? Ryo, what do you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, you had different things of like the sister controlled Shuri, I believe her name was.
Shuri, yeah.
She controlled like the car when they took a visit to Hong Kong, and
that's cool.
And
Busan,
technology to heal. So it was really good that they had like so many different things, and it's not just like the spears and stuff. And you see the tribe members have different abilities too, like the shields for
they're different techniques.
Oh yeah,
their style.
So it was nice that you get to see everyone was individual and different, and
no, it was really amazing. Yeah.
Which was your favorite technology, JonKuh?
I'm just gonna be honest right now. It's the little Dr. Souls looking thing. So when you put your foot on,
Stealth.
No, they're sneakers.
Wah, wah,
Best line in the entire movie. Don't believe
good.
me? Watch it. Just you're gonna die.
That was great. She was probably my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
I mean, T'Challa is awesome and all, but his sister and that relationship, ironclad, perfect.
It was good chemistry.
Yes.
Oh
very,
yeah.
very well
I believed it. I really did too. I was like, man, this must be like family in real life.
I liked how they're like, don't freeze, and you hear that and you see that in the trailer, and you're like, you calling him out on like his manhood? What's going on? But then you learn the context that he's going to see his ex.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, yeah, okay, it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, don't freeze. I never freeze. She's so pretty. It kind of brings him, like these superheroes, especially Thor out the gate with him. They were up here. They were way up here.
Yeah.
You could never you never felt like you could relate with them.
Yeah.
But then by the time of Ragnarok, you're like, I want to chill with Thor.
Yeah.
Right off the bat with Black Panther, you're like, he is a man. He's being thrown into a maelstrom of resporms.
Maelstrom, yeah.
Maelstrom,
He's a
yeah.
man, he's a maelstrom, yeah.
Vocabulary toilet paper, thank you. Okay. I'm going to check the time, make sure we're not going over that 10 minutes. We got 3 minutes. It didn't seem weird. Like, everybody feared that it was going to have the Marvel comedy and kind of derail it from its tone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it did that.
No, I mean...
It was well timed, like the sneaker joke.
Joke, yeah.
And then the freezing, like you just talked about. Their jokes were relevant, and you're like, okay,
They're on, yeah.
it wasn't forced. Some of the movies you're like, oh, that seems kind of forced, and just to get a laugh out of the audience. But this one, it flowed naturally with the story that they were telling.
And I'm seeing why it's ranked so high. It's got the highest Rotten Tomatoes score out of all MCU, and just today, it's popping up as the highest rated film of all time on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw 2 articles with that in their title. I haven't read them yet, but just the way people are talking about this now, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
This is great. And it's breaking box office like crazy.
Yeah, it broke my bank.
Let's.
I saw it in 3D, so this is relevant.
First has to watch a movie the first time in 3D.
Yeah, I missed a few things.
Let's talk about Killmonger before we run out of time.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's like, finally, a good villain. What do you think, Jonathan?
I just want to make my previous statement from the last podcast. African American Panther. Just saying.
He's not American. He is. Oh wait, Killmonger is.
Yes, he is. All right, there we go. Spoiler, guys. African American Panther. He was a really good villain. I got scared. If I ever saw him in an alley, I'd just give him my wallet and watch and shoes.
My life.
Anything. Just. I'd be like, all right, man, just let me like live. Please.
I'm in fetal position now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cry, and he's scary. He doesn't even have like real superpowers. He just like he holds his like presence there. He's just
I think what's scary.
Thuggish yet.
Yeah.
Like very
determined.
Determined. You can see it in his eyes. I believed it. I liked it.
I would like say he's on par like Agent 47 with that kind of presence.
Oh,
and that kind of skill. You're just like, ooh.
You can feel that tension when he's going in a room and you're like, oh man, it's thick in here. It's
thick.
I'm gonna step outside.
What do you think, Ryo?
I thought it was great because, you know, you got the story, but you got to think, you know, you talk about his villainy, and like the first thing he did when he became king was, yo, I'm going to be the only one who gets this power. You know, with these flowers, you know, I'm going to be the only one who gets it. So burn them all. There'll be not anyone else who will be as strong as me or be a king, pretty much. And you know, you felt for him, especially when since the spoilers.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even.
What are you talking about? But I think the best thing is, you know, they had the heart to heart. You know, when you get the powers, you go to like a spirit world, and he got to talk to his father. And you got to see like how it came to be. You know, it didn't tell how did he know about Wakanda in the beginning. You know, because his father was an outcast. But once you see that dream, you're like, that's how he found out. That's why he knew about the history and the legacy.
It's like the best villain motivation.
Yes.
Motivating factor. There we go. It's like it makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's never like, oh, I just want to destroy stuff. I want to take over the world. Yeah. I'm going to apologize. We're going to go over just a little over that 10-minute bracket because I think there is some important things to say about Killmonger's plan and the state of today, especially the last few years with racism in America. Their hugest thing, the King's brother and Killmonger, they come at an angle, they saw the worst of mankind, and they want to make mankind better. Mm-hmm. That's almost like a hero aspect.
Yeah.
So you're like, you almost want to root for it. You're like, yeah, give the power to the rest of the world. The only problem is he's so tainted by that negativity that instead of converting or try to, you know, work the system and improve it, he wants to force the system. He wants to turn it inside out. Mm-hmm. He wants to give cellular units to overturn the higher power, which was what he was trained for. So it makes sense. Everything with Killmonger made sense.
Yeah, mm-hmm. No, there was no plot holes.
He was very strategic, and I like how they put him on the same par of what was the scary thing about Civil War.
Thank you.
Was there like it's not just the fact that Tony and Cap are fighting, but there might be 6 other Winter Soldiers that are particularly trained to dismantle countries in a mere hours, maybe days max. And when you start hearing Killmonger and his training from Martin Freeman's character, you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is a damn good villain. I kind of hoped at the end of the fight, when they were looking at the sunset, they did save him but yet locked him up. Because I wanted him to come back, because Loki came back, and everybody loves Loki.
Hey, we don't see a grave. No. We just say, oh, look at the sunset. Huh. And it's like, you know, they still have the technology. Look how barely breathing Martin Freeman's character was.
He was messed up.
You know, he was going to die if it wasn't for their technology. So what would happen if, you know, Shuri came by and said, she could save him, or put him in cryo and then work on him there? I mean, we don't know.
Yeah. We
would hope. I mean, he was a good villain, and I think it'd be great to see him. I mean, what if he becomes a recruit, like maybe a lieutenant for Thanos? In Infinity War.
Well, he's got his Dark Disciples showing up, so Avengers, Infinity War Part 2, whatever they're going to call it, I wouldn't mind Killmonger coming back. I want him to come back, because everything made sense. It was well-woven, fantastic direction. The same director of Creed.
Yeah.
In Fruitvale Station?
Yeah, I have that on Netflix on my list. I need to watch it. But
all Michael B. Jordan movies.
Yeah, they're about to tackle some war apparently, and I'll pull that up sometime. We'll talk about that. But we gotta stop right now. We can't dive anymore for the sake of the podcast is a scheme, and as well for those who want no spoils, but yet enjoy us and our awesomeness for Nerd Underground podcast. So let's take them off, guys. Oh. No more spoilers. But I will say, I feel like we'll make a more detailed video because I want to talk about Martin Freeman's character, the performances, and plenty more. There's plenty to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But right off the bat, I wanted to get impressions, the highlights for our podcast. But spoilers are done now, guys. All right. Black Panther, go watch it. It's breaking records right now. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yep, over, 200 million? So
it's doing really good.
Best February movie, I think, now. So
best Monday release 2 is breaking all the records, and it's driving people crazy. Like, Screen Junkies are wigging out. The guy I love and admire, Dan Merle, he's just like, I gotta do the numbers. I'm scared to do the numbers. So, wow. Yeah, also movie-ish related news. The original Karate Kid is getting a sequel in the form of the other side of the contest, called Cobra Kai. It's going to be a Netflix original. Or no, not Netflix, YouTube Red.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh.
My bad. Wrong Red. Exclusive streaming. Wrong one.
Maybe they could change colors. Like, let's have a blue, green. Well, green's Hulu, but...
Yeah.
Who's the blue? PlayStation View? Nobody watches that.
Well, Amazon Prime Video now has, I think, changed to a blue color for
It's like a dark blue. It also doesn't help that Twitch is purple.
Yeah.
On Twitch. Yeah.
We have the color of the rainbow for all of your different viewing pleasures. We need a yellow.
Colors of the wind.
Yellow, orange. We need all of them.
Like Cobra Kai, and in the trailer, you get to see the classic Karate Kid show up again, and he's yelling at the Cobra Kai rival he had, and they're like, you really want to do this? And that's it. It's just a quick teaser. You guys check it out if you haven't already. Are you guys fans of Karate Kid?
Yeah, I like the original. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, everyone says my dad looks like, Mr. Miyagi. I even call him Mr. Miyagi because, so it just makes sense, the wax on, wax off, and the story of it. Yeah, it's kind of dated now on some things. You kind of chuckle at it because it's dated, but, overall, yeah, I really like the movie.
It's great. What about you, John?
I mean, honestly, I enjoyed the movies before, but I didn't know about this one here, this Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I didn't know about
they just
it.
released
I was like, oh,
it the
okay.
other day.
Yeah, I found out about it. I was like, oh, I really need to go watch that teaser trailer or whatever.
I should have showed it before, but we were like, we're waiting on, okay, I gotta tell you, we were waiting on Moose to see if Moose would be here. That's why we're all going off of one mic. He has the other mic, which I'll order another one. And I would have showed everything on the schedule and all that, but I was just like, you know what, I don't know how long I'm going to have Ryo here, so I'm like, okay, let's just go.
Let's go.
But hey, I'm glad Ryo's here, though.
I'm glad to be here.
You're on the podcast. He's actually an avid listener.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once you talked about it, I was like, I have to be listening in on it.
Let me make it clear. He's not a fan that we just brought in.
So it sounds like...
You've heard me before, yeah, like when you were streaming before and, the GVC.
Yeah, the GVC. He's an underground host. He's a member, and we'll see more of him. Actually, we got some anime stuff that we need to talk about. Speaking of anime, he has a gift for us.
A gift?
You do have a gift for us.
Ooh.
Ryo Azuro has some stuffs.
Has stuffs.
Do you know that every year there's anime out there that goes unnoticed, or in this case, noticed by Crunchyroll, and they have a list of the anime awards. Actually, this Saturday, I believe they're streaming it on Twitch. I believe they're going to be streaming it so you can see. But yeah, they have different categories this year. Last year, a lot of people were upset with some things.
So is it like the anime Oscars going on?
Pretty much.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's cool. Cool of me, man.
A couple people who I listen to, like Gigik. He's a YouTube creator about anime, and he makes funny videos like SAO in like 8 minutes, and
I've seen that.
Just some funny stuff.
Okay.
And but him and a bunch of other people are going to be there. Like I'm going to Akon, and I think the Anime Man, he got it recently announced as a guest. I think he's going to be there too.
Have you seen Digibro?
I haven't seen Digibro.
Check out Digibro, especially his video essay on the relations of Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill. It's the same studios, same creators, artists, and everything. They're just the same team, and it is brilliant.
Funny you mentioned, because the studio is Studio Trigger, and I've actually watching their show this season on Funimation's simuldub, and it's called Darling in the Franxx, if that's pronounced correctly. If not, let me know in the comments below.
Whoopsies.
But it's basically, it's probably one of my favorite shows I'm watching this season. It's like they have mechs, and it's piloted by a guy and a girl by butt remote.
Oh.
For the guy,
What?
there's like a controller. The woman bends over, and he has to control handles by her butt, and drive the mech, and it like has a face.
I envisioned like a Pacific Rim.
No, it's not like Pacific Rim. Unfortunately,
it's
the
2
whole
pilots per mech. Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I made the Pacific Rim relation.
That's
and it's just like that because they have to have a their relationship.
Just like that at all.
It sounds better.
They have a more intimate relationship and a physical one. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much because it all based on their relationship of if they trust each other, then they're like coefficient, combining makes it stronger.
Actually, I was gonna ask another question about your the Oscars here. Are you aware if they're gonna have a like adult anime section there?
They don't.
Oh boy.
They don't.
So like, what there's like whole audience and not to show them.
So
the
those
previews,
who
it's
love
like blurred out.
hentai and other stuff, yeah, they won't do that. But they do have best boy, best girl, best opening.
A lot
Best
of anime.
girl. What?
Granted, a lot of anime. If you see TV-14, it is going to touch a lot of mature, perverted characters and stuff like that. So anime has got a very, very broad spectrum. To stay in normal anime with the tone and the tropes, I guess you could say, they hit all over that spectrum. It don't matter.
Yeah, there was I think the show last season was about the 7 deadly sins, and
I love that show so much.
and there was it was basically Lucifer was like going around and destroying all the other sins, and having to. It was interesting show. Lots of fan service for those who like it.
It's talking about a totally different show, but I love 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, well, what you got on that list there? Let's get into the nominees.
So we have Anime of the Year. We have March Comes in a Lion, Made in Abyss, which is on Amazon. Land of the Lustrous, My Hero Academia Season 2.
Good.
Showa Genroku, Rakugo Shinju, Season 2, and Little Witch Academia. They have Manga of the Year, Best Action, Best Drama, Best Comedy, Best Slice of Life, Best Continuing Series. The list goes on, but probably I think one maybe we should talk about if you've seen some of it, because I know you're a big My Hero fan.
For a good port.
So, Hero of the Year, the nominees are
Oh.
Izuku, Deku, Midoriya.
I love Midoriya.
We have Gin Minowa, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Atsuko, Kaguri. We have Kakuri. We have Chise, Hattori, and Nanachi from Made in Abyss. So,
You see these. All right, I recognize,
Hero.
I recognize some of these titles and all that, but I need to watch them.
You got to go with Deku, right? Best
No,
Hero?
actually,
I've not seen 2 of these. I've not seen. I actually just finished Made in Abyss. A lot of people had it as their best anime of last year. I thought it was pretty good. Great visuals. Basically, just real quick, there's a giant hole that goes down into who knows how far, and people go down and get relics from them, and it's little kids going down and searching for the relics. Sometimes some adults are, and you have a certain whistle color depending on like how far. And
is it almost like the dungeon system they had in Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Sort of like that with like you can only go to certain levels depending on what your whistle is, but the thing is you further you go down, the more dangerous it is. People die. Okay. There's a curse affiliated with the Abyss that like kills people. Like kids die young, and there's a lot of orphanages and just people trying to survive. Yeah. So it's pretty dark. It gets probably after episode 5 or 6, you get about halfway through, you're like, oh, this is kind of okay, and then it just turns, and you're like, what the heck?
And then you're just like, I need to like cry
I need
to a pillow.
Yeah.
I need ice cream.
I need a waifu pillow to cry into.
I guess I will say Midoriya, out of this list, off the top of my head, I can't remember the one. I was thinking something similar like that actually a couple weeks ago, but I'll get around to it. But out of this list for Hero of the Year, I will say Deku.
Yeah,
he's got so much heart, it's rideculous.
Yeah.
And I had
like
probably the best fight scenes.
Very much indeed. Oh, and the fight scenes were just awesome.
Especially Deku versus Todoroki. Like that whole that tournament was a great season.
Season two's first section, part 1, the first half. Ooh,
yeah,
great.
Oh,
that tournament was legit.
Oh yeah, and it's great to see that they got a season 3 coming out, I believe in April.
Oh boy.
In a movie.
Yeah, and a movie that goes
3
along with
seasons
it.
in a movie, guys.
Oh man.
Oh.
So I mean,
That's how you're supposed to do an Attack on Titan.
right? Wait, what? 4 years to
Oh my
release
They came out with a movie, right?
live action
Oh, live
movie?
action,
we don't talk about the
I
live
have
action.
so many problems with the live action.
I bought both of them, but I've yet to watch them. Out of like,
I just watched part 1. I can't get myself to watch part 2.
Really?
Because they messed up part 1 so much. Just not like the source of events or anything of that sort. It's just
It just looks bad.
no. Well, some parts,
I
yeah,
mean,
totally.
I've seen the trailers. I haven't watched it all. I've just seen bits and pieces, and
Are you
it
guys
just
okay
looked
with me mentioning some of the stuff?
like
I don't
Attack
care.
on Titan.
I've
Yeah,
watched
they
I
most.
did
mean,
live
like-
action.
Do they eat people?
Do we need to get the spoiler glasses on
Oh
again?
my gosh, where's those glasses?
No.
We're putting them on right
No,
now,
it's
guys.
like source material they've twisted and messed up.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, if you've seen the first season of Attack on
Yeah.
Titan, you've seen the first movie
Yeah.
and part 2. All right, boom. They play off of the same path and the same beats. But here's some changes that they made that I totally disagree with. One, the budget, they were saving money. They just used film sets that were already there in Japan. The setting is not supposed to be Oriental. It's not supposed to be Japanese.
No.
It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be European. That's
Yep.
the theme.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to get that. Especially, I mean, how German do you get with the name Aaron Yeager? Come on.
Yeah, right.
So right off the bat, setting bad. I don't like it. I mean, people go, oh, whitewash, and throw that around everywhere. This is where it could have used it because it makes the character of Mikasa so much more important.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what caused a lot of her trauma in the past. And it explains her character. No. They fucked that up. So right off the bat. 2, Titans are a rumor. No one's seen Titans for 100 years. There's just a wall, which, by the way, the wall looks like shit compared to the anime. But I get it. You're going practical about it.
Yeah.
But it's a rumor. Whereas, like, first episode, right off the bat, you see the garrison, like, on top of the wall, and they're like, look at these retards down here. And they're talking about, like, the 5-meter tall ones, like, on the wall. It's known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they're like, we don't know. Who knows? We just don't go outside the wall. Stupid. 3, for just dramatic effect, the moment Colossal kicks in the first gate, it goes like meteor shower galore, like Michael Bay would have a heyday.
Really?
Instead of just one crazy impact. No, they're like running away, and it's still shooting. I'm like, where's the practicality in that?
Well,
They
gravity, when it goes up so high, it has to come down.
sideways.
Would he kick it into space?
It like sideways. It looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Levi is not Levi. There's no Levi.
You can't.
It's an original character made just for the movies,
Oh.
and Mikasa's like obsessed with him
Levi
Oh,
said
that's-
bye-bye.
and pissed off. Mikasa never stuck around with Eren. She actually was presumed dead after that first day. Stuff like that. They've messed up. They don't have horses. They have trucks, and they can only go at night
That's
to hide from the Titans. And then they had to do the very Japanese typical thing, which was turn it sexual perverted in some way. And they had, in the Scout Regiment, one member who was a young mom who had to leave her child behind. That's why she took on this job and get money, and she could provide, right? She goes on to Eren big time, and then they start almost something. And then it's like a very typical Japan thing. Another Japan trope that couldn't go without a giant naked baby.
oh.
That's it. Yeah, it just is like there's so much I watch. I'm like, oh my god, no, I don't want to watch part 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the live action stuff that they're bringing out. I mean, it's great.
I
Like
will watch that Full Metal
that just came
Alchemist.
out. Yeah,
I will watch that.
Yeah,
I
saw
will
the
watch
trailer
that.
for one. It looks really
I
cool.
have Black Butler live action I bought.
I don't watch Black Butler.
I have Rurouni Kenshin live action that I'll
I
need
can't
to watch. We don't talk about Death Note live action.
Why not? The Shin Megami looks so cool, man.
But it's-
He looked good, yes, but
I'm not
It's
a
the
Death Note
American
fan. I'm not 100%.
yeah, like it's
If I was ever to make an anime live action adaptation, I would do it correctly. Like,
Get real Pokemon, spray paint
No,
them,
no,
and then we're just
no.
got the rocks at
no.
them.
get a rat, paint it yellow, a mouse.
I've had this thought, like, if I ever got the rights to, like, Gundam, I wouldn't adapt any of the arcs or try to take a swing at the main continuous arc. No. I will call it Gundam War, and I'd have like different Gundams from different sectors, different techniques, different cockpits, and kind of go about it like Gundam Wing. Each colony made their own, and they're going to war.
Ooh, like Pacific Rim, right?
So it would be an original tack on, because Gundam is not known for one big continuous universe. Gundam is got several sliver ones. Like Gundam Wing is not connected to the main Gundam continuum. I can't think of the word.
Continent.
Continuity?
Continuity.
Continuity. There we go. I knew the word continuity.
Almost like the main Marvel universe. In a way, it's just, Gundam is not concept. Shut up.
Consequences.
You know what I mean? I think Gundam is a safe one to go about. Because
there's a lot of history.
You can make people. There was a live action one called G Savior, and it was shit. It was shit. They barely had Gundam in it. They didn't even say Gundam once.
They said Mecha.
I don't remember what they said, man. I barely watched that 10 years ago. Yeah, it was terrible. But Gundam has been on my mind if I ever made an anime live adaptation. Like if I had big budget money. And then like the studio, like Legendary behind me, boom, that's what I would do.
So what's your favorite Gundam that you've seen?
Deathwing.
A bold statement.
What do Maxwell?
Oh yeah, mine's the Strike Freedom with Kira Yamato. That's my favorite.
I think I know that one.
Yeah, it's
like
the one where he shoots all those lasers out of it. Like
the big one that's just in the background.
Although you know,
no, just that one. You know the one I'm talking about, guys. I'm in the show.
He's talking about a
God Gundam from G Gundam, the thing that was as big as a freaking planet.
That's ridiculous. I won't go that ridiculous.
Absorb the rain, you know, as like Domon, King of Hearts. You know, just going back to anime, it was like, you know, I love anime. I've been watching it like all season. I'm watching Katana Maidens.
What?
Simuldub. I don't know. They get like an aura and they attack. It's been kind of lame recently. But Funimation, you know, like, because, you know, I guess the big thing I want to talk about, like, if we have a little bit of time, is I've been hearing a lot of voice actors recently go online talking about how the questions they hate is when people ask, you know, oh, I think your voice should have been done by this person. Like, I didn't like how you voiced this character. I think it should have gone to this person.
It's about 3 people it has to go past. They say the okay before it even goes onto the episode, you know?
Yeah, and my thing is, it's like, I don't think we as a community, we should just, like, appreciate that people are actually dubbing it. I mean, how many years ago was it where we had to go to, you know, illegal sites to find the newest anime where it's like, oh, we want to find it dubbed, and it just takes forever to get over here, like a year to get a season. Now it's within 4 or 5 months, and they usually are like,
or even better, like what Funimation had to deal with Bone, where they released same day dub for the first half of the 2nd season of My Hero Academia. Yeah, that was phenomenal. Like I even went to the site. I was like, please do that for season 3. That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
like that was like anime fan wet dream.
Mm-hmm. And it's great.
I love dub. I truly do. Everybody does that weird kind of thing. It's weird. People want to create like a weird hierarchy. It's like, I'm only sub because I watch it the original ways. It's like, well, one, it has to be filtered in your culture so you can even understand what they're saying. Mm-hmm. I mean, most people who are arguing this don't even speak fluent Japanese. Okay, they're just like, oh, I just read, watch.
Yeah.
It has to be converted to where you understand it. Second, I love how dub, once again, that filter with our culture, they actually put voices that fit the body type and the characteristics and stuff like that. Like, if it's a big dude, sometimes, it's like 50-50 with Japan. They'll have somebody who's high-pitched or somebody who kind of, in our culture, is like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, like, you know, Chad with Bleach. Some moments I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And then he, like, I was like, oh, no. I cannot listen to JonKuh for very long. Because I grew up with, what's his name, Steven?
Sean Shamel?
Sean, there we go, yeah. I remember it was an S. I'm a huge Christopher Sabat fan.
Oh, yeah.
Which, him as all my, perfecto.
Yeah. Best.
And, yeah, it's just, I hate with this rolling your eyes at us. Shut up. Dub is fine. Especially now. Early 90s, late 80s, no, they didn't give a damn, but now they're like lip flap, they're figuring it out, they're getting the most raw translations possible, they're not even changing the sentence structures that much, they're just, you know, there's so many words we can choose from, and they're actually taking advantage of vocabulary and making stuff work. And Funimation is the best company for that. I love them. Thank you so much. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, and, you know, the
Keep up
best
the good work.
example is an anime I watched last season was called New Game, and when they're talking about a certain scene about it's about a video game company. You know, they're making a game and the steps and the different positions in the thing. And the anime it only listed like 3 of them. It missed one, so when they dubbed it, they actually added in the one that was missing for a position because they're like, hey, we fixed it, like. And it's great that they could write that in and like maybe make a correction, you know, because for us, you know, we're like, oh yeah, we would if we had it just subtitled, we would not know that there's another position or another step in the game making process, and they adapted it and they corrected it here.
Yeah, it would have glossed right over us.
Yeah, and we would have been like, oh yeah, that sounds fine. And it's like, no, there's other things that go in this, so, you know, it's great that we get it like a day or a week later. Sometimes they have breaks, of course, like during Golden Week and stuff like that in Japan, where people are on breaks or hiatus. But simuldub, I'm watching like Overlord season 2. It's a good
get into that.
Dagashi Kashi, which is like about candy, like a girl who makes.
Oh, is it that one who shows up and like, if he doesn't fulfill his father's wish, they have to get married or something like that?
Yeah, like he has to take over his father's like.
The little shop.
Yeah, of like candy.
The AC keeps breaking.
Yes, and
I did watch the majority of the first season. It's really good. Yeah. I would love to talk more anime, but we got so many other things.
But watch it. Watch anime. Funimation.
We do a lot of nerd stuff here. We've tackled movies, or comic book movies specifically, and I guess Cobra Kai can count nerdy-ish. I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does, and it's on YouTube. Reddit, we're on YouTube, and why not? We talk to anime. Yeah, we could talk more anime with Ryo Azuro with some like spin-off series or something. I want to. It's time to dive into video games.
Ooh.
So video game news, I mean, there's nothing something colossal or big or anything. It's not EA didn't fuck up again, all right? But
they do that a lot.
Right, we did mention in a previous podcast about racing games, and I said Burnout was my favorite. It's awesome that right after I said that, Burnout Paradise, the specific one I said, is getting HD remastered.
Oh
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only seen the trailer that says PlayStation, so I don't know if it comes out for both consoles or not.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be multi-platform.
It better, because I'm getting that.
Because I think it has all the DLC. I was actually just listening to it before another news story about being remastered. Because I think in next month, I think it's the Xbox games for whatever the original is going to be backwards compatible.
I already have it. That's where I've been playing it on the Xbox One. I love it. And I'm super excited. Everybody rolls their eyes about HD remasters and they're just reskinning it. It's like they do a lot more than that. Like Skyrim, when they released it, they fixed some physics, like the water. You know, you can look at a stream and it's just like going through boulders. Whereas now, if you go on Skyrim on current gen systems and all that, it's like going around. Like they change physics, they change the skins. They tinker it, they fix it, and it's probably not going to perform like you think it will.
Yeah, it's like a fan service almost. Like it's like, hey, we're not only just going to give it back to you, we're just going to fix it up and then give it back to you.
Yeah, because we have had some good runs recently. Like Shadow of the Colossus just came out, and that was
I want to play that.
Remaster. You got Burnout. They announced Spyro coming out.
Trilogy.
For the PS4. So.
And I missed out on Spyro growing up. I really did. I missed out on Banjo-Kazooie, too. And when they put that on Game Pass, I was like, I'm playing that. I'm breaking the King Brothers' hearts right now because they're big-time classic. The PlayStation and Nintendo, and Rare especially.
Oh, yeah.
I've missed out on a lot of them, so I'm hearing them talking about it all the time on their podcast, and it just breaks my heart. It's just like I can't relate. I mean, I understand what you're talking about, and I missed Crash. I missed so many of them. Or Ratchet and Clank, all of it. Yeah. I missed them all. So, as a grown-ass man, I'm going back and trying to put my mind in, a 10-year-old and playing these. But I'm glad that they're getting remastered because, I mean, I could go back and play the games and have no problem. I will not have that wall that blocks me. It's just like, oh, this looks like shit.
Oh, the graphics, and then
but I like how it won't perform as well as like that 4K TV right there. It'll probably pixelate some of the old games if I did, even backwards compatible. Or if I just plugged in with some adapters, an old console like a 64 or something like that, it won't look that good. So that's why I really appreciate these HDs, re-releases, especially trilogies, because then I can actually dive in and experience it.
Yeah.
So thank you for making HD remakes, and then we want Final Fantasy VII, please.
Yeah.
But that's not just a remaster, that's a remake.
Yeah, people could be upset about it being in parts, apparently.
Episodic.
But I'm fine with it if it gets it to me sooner.
Really, yeah. Like, if all the Midgard stuff is just episode 1, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All of that. We can't talk too much Final Fantasy 7 because this guy hasn't played.
Yeah, I don't actually play Final Fantasy. I don't really watch a lot of anime, so I'm just staying quiet most of the time.
I got a few things to throw out there. Okay, well, we can talk about. You have played Fortnite with me.
Yeah, I have.
We still haven't played PUBG together.
I got you to play Fortnite, so yeah.
I really
well,
want to play.
Fortnite has a PUBG mode.
Yep. And
you can't argue free. That's the only reason why I'm saying it, okay?
Even
Yeah.
though we suck so bad. The only time we got real high in duos with Fortnite Battle Royale was we hid.
Well, yeah.
Did you become
Very luckily hid.
Did you become bushes?
Actually, we used a cliff and then just like put up a wall, just one wall. Like it's really noticeable where the other team is in the final moments because it's just building crazy, which is what throws me off because I watched a lot of PUBG and I got amped up for PUBG, and so I was playing in that style, which didn't help.
Yeah.
In Fortnite, we got a mini cliff right next to a town, and they're killing off each other. But then when it's like one last team, and we're like, "Oh crap, Jonathan! They're gonna find us. They're looking for us." We used a tree and we're hiding and we're like looking at the only 2 directions we can see, and we're just waiting for the inevitable.
The enemy team. And oh no, they were above on the top of the cliff, shooting down because we were like, where are they? Where are they? I'm down! And just, we're both down.
It's great because that game, you can have that screaming reactive moment and you're not pissed. I don't get pissed with Fortnite. PUBG, I'll get pissed.
Yeah.
But Fortnite, I don't know if it's the art style or just the way you go about it, but it just kind of rose-tinted glasses. It puts you in that mood. You're like, yeah, I don't care.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just like a little like, I got 10 minutes to spare, and I died. Man, alright, I'm going to try another game.
Yeah, because of Fortnite, freaking, they got rid of their game. Was it Paladins? I don't know. Whatever game that they had, that was a, free like MOBA type game. They're like, yeah, we're.
Oh yeah.
They like canceled it because they're making so much money off of Fortnite.
And some of the characters did look cool, but totally Overwatch knockoff.
Yeah.
Well, with the Battle Royale, they're having the Battle Pass Season 3 is coming up, so they go seasonal like Overwatch and all that.
Kind of.
Season 3, just off the headline, I thought they were going like all out with a new map and everything. They said space is the theme. I was like, oh, can you imagine a Battle Royale like on the moon? That'd be legit.
Give people extra jumps and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, lower gravity. Like you kill the dude and the body like floats off. That'd be cool.
That would be funny if you see there's a bunch of bodies
Take
just floating
that,
off.
Infinity War. Infinite Warfare.
Yep.
No, it's the suits, the gliders, the pickaxes. They're all themed space.
Mm-hmm.
So, it dialed down the excitement. But, hey, it's cool. They're adding stuff. Not long ago, they restructured the entire west coast of the island. More detailed, new locations. It looks like they're slowly doing that with all of the map. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Instead of, like, creating a second kind of bland map, they're going detailed. And with that game style, with the building and destructive stuff. Like, I was hiding behind the trees, and eventually... that don't matter. They'd be like, oh, screw you, I'm going to destroy the tree, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
That didn't help my playstyle.
And also I just really enjoy the fact that everyone just keeps talking trash about the game, like, oh, it's just a PUBG knockoff. I'm like, well, yeah, but at the same time it's more comical. Like, yeah, there's they brought in the smoke grenades, but then they were just like, no, let's do the boogie bomb, where it's like a grenade that's just going to make you start dancing. Or just extra weapons, suppressed pistols, and they're just SMGs suppressed. I mean, all these extra...
pumpkin, rockets.
Themed weapons. There was like a love theme with the whole Valentine's Day in February, and they had, the arrow of a heart.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, one of those, like, man, they're actually, like... they're taking it pretty serious. I'm like, yeah, you know what? At first, I was just like, yeah, it's just kind of like a fun game to play with. But no, they're actually doing something with it, and I'm like, all right, cool. They're taking all the negativity, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? We're just gonna do what we do.
And it's Epic Games.
I know, right?
Gears of War, guys. What?
Yeah, I think that's one of the selling points where you're like, fine, Jonathan, I'll play with you. Oh, Epic Games? Okay, we'll try it out. It's free. It's
free, and then the best thing is they keep updating it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay for any of this.
I mean, I do own PUBG. I enjoy the games. I really like.
He now has an Xbox that can play it.
Yeah, the last Xbox.
He had the first generation Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
And it would not run it.
Bad.
Like, how many times do you freeze when you come out of the plane before you hit the ground? None.
None.
Oh, I had like 3 or 4 freezes before I actually hit the ground. You need a different
I
Xbox.
was fine, bro. But his Xbox had to break before he decided,
Wow.
oh, I should probably upgrade. And now I'm jealous. He's got the Minecraft one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's designed Minecraft style, the theme on it.
Yeah.
But on the bottom, it's got redstone.
Oh. That,
Yeah.
I was just like, that right there
that's
is legit.
nice.
Uh-huh.
And he's thinking more Minecraft. So I'm thinking the three of us to play some Minecraft.
Oh.
Because they do have the new version where it's like you have
Realms.
worlds. Yeah.
Realms.
Realms.
I have reserved a free trial of Realms that I can start off for a month. And then...
Yeah, because it's for like 30 days, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start a realm. I don't want us to do it and record that stuff.
That'd be pretty funny.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I have a bone to pick with you, mister.
Oh, what's
It was like a year ago, the first wave, and then roughly about 7 months ago for the second wave, where I was hot and heavy on Ark Survival Evolved.
Steamy hot.
Steamy hot. So much that I got this dude to buy it and play it for like one session.
I
Yeah,
played 2
yeah.
sessions. One by myself. I got killed by leeches.
One session with me. Yeah, he was dumb. He went in the swamp.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what I was
You,
doing.
sir.
Yeah.
I remember messaging you. It's like, hey, get on this Ark.
Yeah.
Join my tribe.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no.
No. Yeah.
And it was playing off of your Ark too.
I know. What's
I didn't
okay?
have it owned at that point, and then I had to buy it.
You know what really did it for me? I've been
What?
playing a bunch
Tell
of
me.
Monster
I
Hunter.
need to know this.
Monster Hunter World has been like my jam the past,
On
even though
PlayStation, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
yeah,
I
I've seen you
got
play
Dragon Ball, like I got Dragon Ball Fighters, and I also got Monster Hunter World. Like I played Fighters first because Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball.
Represent.
but
It's on your shirt too.
I know, right? It's like Goku, all that
Camera
jazz.
can't see it.
Goku.
Flash the camera.
Oh.
And for audio listeners, he's got that One Punch Man shirt that's getting hit by Superman and Goku, and he's just like, okay.
Okay, like his
And
fight.
then he's got a shirt over it that's Dragon Ball, which I'm probably jealous of.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
This has been like Gadzooks like 20 years ago. I mean,
Gagzooks.
when we had Gadzooks at the mall, that's. So yeah, but
I was like,
It's like an old man
what?
cursing.
yeah, so
That's what it sounds like.
there were Gadzooks back in the day.
Tell me your reasoning why you didn't join my tribe.
So I was obviously playing other games, but then now with Monster Hunter World, actually a coworker was like, "Hey, we're actually playing Ark," and I'm like, "I actually have Ark. I've like never played it." So he's
As
like,
much as your best buddy.
I
keeps telling
know, I
you.
know. So I finally decided, like, let me hop in. I died relentlessly until I was like, I don't really know if I want to play. And then
Was
they
it
said,
the leeches, man? Because that's got me.
no, okay. I'm in my menu. I'm like, menu. And it was like, ouch, ouch.
Oh yeah, don't
A
pause.
level 150 just like murdered you. I'm like, why? I was like, I'm just collecting, like, I'm fighting this dodo here.
I'm just picking up rocks on the beach.
Wait,
pretty
was
much-
another player that killed you?
No, it's like a dino. Just like
Oh, I was about to say.
a Carno just came by and was like, oh, look, human flesh.
Yeah.
I was so excited you were in on it and you were on an official server and taking stuff seriously. And I was just like, oh, maybe I'll get back into Ark. And you're like, yeah, join the PvE. And I'm like, oh.
I know.
That one, that's not my high level character. And two, land grabbers. They piss me off. You know
Yeah,
how long it
with
takes
the-
to fight a server that it's not just littered with pillars?
And we've reached the limit for tame, so it's hard when
Ugh.
people want to tame stuff.
You're breeding though, aren't you? That's why.
Yeah, a lot of people are breeding, but the thing is, just like a lot of people are bringing dinos from other servers and like bringing.
Oh, transferring. Yeah, breeding. The only thing I was ever planning to do when it came to breeding was the sheep. Just so when the baby comes out, I take a chainsaw to it.
Oh,
You
boy.
get a lot from the babies. It sounds terrible.
a lot of joys from the baby.
No, a lot of mutton, and that's
Yeah.
great for fast tames.
Oh yeah,
It's fantastic for the carnivore tames, meat tames.
so
If you don't have kibble, or if they're one of the few that don't have a kibble thing.
Yeah,
But
or-
I was so into Ark.
so
And you
I'm-
break my heart.
I know. I'm
And it was a giant ass post that you did. I couldn't even read it all.
I-
I was that
T-
upset.
TLDR. Too long,
Probably
didn't
not-
read.
No, because it was an emotional level. That's why.
Oh,
I was
Halfway
upset.
through, it was
I
like,
was
I
upset.
can't read this.
I commented the comment that I didn't even want to comment. My true comment was like, "The fuck, dude? What the hell, bro?" But instead, I settled with, "You didn't invite me."
I know.
I
I'm
had to settle
sorry.
on that.
I'm sorry. So
It breaks my heart.
Yeah, so I'm basically I'm just becoming like base dad. I just build the base up.
That's what I was doing for a little while.
So now we got behemoth gates. We're trying to get a megalodon now. So yeah, that's my new jam. It's basically been Ark with friends, well, coworkers. So it's nice that do that. But you're well invited. You two are invited to come join.
I died by
We're welcome. We're the Meeseeks. So
Oh my goodness.
that's our tribe name.
So when you guys give commands, you guys go about the whole spiel?
No,
Come
but
on.
we do have tames named like Rick.
When I spawn in,
Morty.
I gotta go, hey, look at me, I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
You should. You should.
I got
We have-
photos to show you. The first tribe I joined, we did so much goofing off.
Oh, yeah, it's...
And yet we didn't get messed with for the longest time until the twins fucked all that. I ain't getting into that. This cuz already heard all the stories.
All the drama.
All the drama. Okay, you should be happy you're not on a PvP server because it
I'd die.
is a new level of paranoia. It really is. People only show up on offline because people like dropping into party chats and spoiling or spying. You don't talk to anybody, and if anybody's close to the base, usually there's no warning. Like, you know how on the turrets you can set warnings? No warnings across the board. Nobody does warnings. Alliances were good for a while until inciting became a major thing. And recruitment is a complete pain in the ass with strangers. It's just a totally different level of paranoia that I didn't feel healthy during that time. He could probably testify.
I can tell
I was
you.
not in a good mindset when I was hot and heavy the first time on Ark. Second time on Ark, I was a little more leisure about it because I was just me. I made my own tribe, and you'll love the name of the tribe. Kingsglaive.
Kingsglaive. Oh,
I
okay,
was-
Final
I was-
Fantasy 15.
I was legit. I was cool. I helped out in some raids.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that we got to do next is like
On
the
PvE.
Broodmother or something. It's like...
Oh, no, not boss battles.
Oh, okay.
No.
There's like caves, right?
No, not caves.
Oh,
Raids,
I'm trying to figure
raids
out...
as in raiding other bases.
Oh, radio. Okay.
That's what raid and Ark means. You
Like,
can
I'm trying
do
to
it on PvE, but you have to be in person and pull up the options wheel with them. And in PvE, you can declare war with each other. And you set the parameters. It only lasts for X amount of hours.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, you can actually very diplomatically be like, you know what? Let's settle this.
Like men, I challenge you at high noon. Pistols.
Our high noon neighbors have like 3 dragons, wyverns. Yeah, we would get demolished.
Probably some golems too hiding.
Not a dragon.
Yeah,
a wyvern.
they do have was it an earth?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's the horny dragon.
Oh.
That was a huge thing I got tired of people arguing about, was when people called the wyverns dragons.
Oh.
I am in the camp that argues wyverns are dragons, just a different subdivision of dragon. And my best friend Stuart fought this with me. He said, no, wyverns are not dragons. Dragons have to be 2-legged, European style, with the wings, like dragon
Charizard.
frog. Like, no. Screw Charizard.
I don't know. 2 legs, 2 wings, man. Come on. Does he have
Interesting.
on the back? I don't know.
It's supposed to be 4 legs, 2 wings, European style. That's the one and only dragon for him. He's very purist when it comes to dragon like that. My argument is culture develops over time. He's going like Gen 1. I'm saying dragon nowadays does accept wyvern. Here's the following examples. Why? Skyrim. Song of Ice and Fire with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Reign of Fire. The movie. They're all wyvern style, but they just say dragon. And if you argue that's not how culture works, or that's not how stuff like that, especially mythological, works. Even the horntail dragon in fucking
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter. And that's probably like the biggest fandom of modern day mythology. Here's another thing I want to argue is it's like we change meanings of stuff in culture all the time. Who's the most famous son of Zeus?
Hercules?
I'm glad you said that. You said it in the Roman version.
Oh, it was like Hercules.
Yeah. We keep saying Hercules. Even Disney did it.
But it's like
For
Hercules.
the Greek names. I didn't say Jupiter. I said Zeus.
Uh-huh.
That's an example of changing over time.
Yeah.
Wyverns are dragons.
I don't speak Greeks.
Right.
I speak geek, not Greek.
Yeah.
All right, we spent a lot of time on that. Let's dive into some of the other fun stuff. is becoming a traditional thing. We'll play some Trendarts.
Okay.
Oh man.
Last podcast.
Flashbacks.
I wish I edited this, but I don't. It's all
Have
wrong.
a flashback
I
going.
would do that. It was the face-off between Moose and JonKuh.
What's up, cuz?
And it was the inaugural first one, the maiden voyage of Trendarts. And it was actually pretty popular, especially Thomas King loved it too. Yeah.
Nice.
He might steal it. I'm okay with that. Whatever.
Patent
Royalties paid.
All right, King. Royalties, please.
You said they probably hear that a lot. Stuff like that a lot. No theme, because last week we recorded on Valentine's Day, so I went, hey, love, we're all dudes, so let's make it chicks, or that kind of thing. No theme. So this is a generic game of Trendarts.
Okay.
And for anybody who doesn't know, didn't see last week's podcast, I'm going to explain the rules. I'm going to pull up the Google Trendings page, where you can see the analytics and stuff like that, what's trending and what's being searched, yada, 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 with Google.
Google.
And so far it's only 3 rounds. Eventually I might bump it up to 5.
It won't last that long, man. I lose at 3, and I'm just out.
This is stuff on the spot, so they don't get to dive into it with a battle plan or nothing. They choose their dart, quote-unquote dart, what their pick is for the trend search, on the spot. So maybe that's probably why I'll keep it at 3 for now.
Yeah.
So best out of 3, no theme. Let me pull up this Google Trends.
You go down, buddy.
It was. We didn't have like a fight card.
Even if Moose was here, it still would have been Ryo versus JonKuh.
Yeah, only because JonKuh lost.
Yeah, he lost.
Very bad.
And he cried about it.
All right. If I could crack knuckles.
All right.
Okay, that's
Hey, that's
I
good.
got 2.
That was good.
All right.
Who is ready to play some darts?
I am.
Can we find someone else?
No. All right. So, whoever's got the highest score in the training wins the round.
Sweet.
First theme for round 1 is gaming series that's a racing game.
Oh.
Race game series. And because I already talked about Burnout earlier Burnout is out.
Okay.
Burn out.
Gotcha.
is out.
Gotcha.
So, racing game series, who can get the higher number?
Oh, Need for Speed's better.
Forza.
JonKuh's doing the first throw. With Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I'm doing Forza.
Ooh.
It looks like it's Forza, but it's actually Forza.
I say Forza.
I know. It's
Jonathan, you got yourself... Oh, come on. 64. Wow, that's easy to remember. He got him a 64.
Yes.
All right, what do I
On
get
that score? Let's see how...
Forza.
Need for
Forza.
Speed got me 64 points.
Forza. The Forza Italia political party? That's a thing. Okay.
Forza is force in Italian.
Okay, I got a clarification. You do it to Forza Motorsports or Forza Horizon?
Forza Horizon.
Oh.
Ooh, he's being very specific. We'll see how Forza Horizon does. 74.
What? 10
By
points
10
difference.
points.
Yeah, that's close.
Oh yeah, not even.
Jonathan, come on, man.
What's up, man? I'm keeping consistency.
All right, you were close.
Another C word.
So round 1 goes to Ryo Azuro. Woo!
You suck.
What did you say?
I said, bless me. I sneezed.
Oh yeah, like I've done 3 times.
Yeah.
Round 2, ding ding.
All right, I'll go first. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Marvel villain, and since we already talked about Killmonger and Thanos, they're out.
Okay.
Marvel villain.
Loki.
Ah, but, I mean he's not trending.
Okay. Man.
All right, Loki. Marvel character. Okay, I can't search Loki. God, there we go. Comics. Loki. And your score, sir, is 51.
Okay.
51 is what you got. JonKuh, what you got?
Oh,
What are you
well,
throwing?
can I be technical here? And Marvel villain would be DC? Okay, I guess not.
Wait.
I tried. They against each other, man. Hey.
Is it really a villain when it's no competition? As I'm wearing Batman. Batman's the only DC for me. Yeah.
Hey, go on, hey.
What do you say? You're the
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right, man. There we go.
Who do you got?
You're
What do we got?
you're messing up my game.
It's gonna be pretty bad if I don't win this.
DC Comics.
Yes.
Publishing company.
Wait.
He has to beat 51.
Detective Comics?
I know, I hate that. It's like when people say ATM machine. It's like it stands for machine.
Machine.
Your score is 73.
Oh, man. Hang
The
on.
technicality won.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know how to take this one. I've never...
This is a new feeling.
It's alien to me.
It comes down to the final round.
Tiebreaker.
Oh, snap. I love it.
Last episode, it was a pity round.
It's for the numbers. Oh, wow. All right. I like how I put this as the third round because this is reverse Trendarts. Whoever gets the lower number.
You're going down or up.
Whichever it matters.
He's like, Ryo, aim high.
So I gotta do worse? Oh.
Whoever has the lower number for this
Wow.
round.
God.
The topic is, and this is ironic, DC Hero.
Oh my god.
You go.
Because Justice League came out and it did so bad.
Wow.
So let's make it worse.
Mhm. What do you got?
Should we do, since this is tiebreaker, rock, paper, scissors, see who goes first?
No.
Or you
go.
contend.
I contend
You
for him.
contend.
Alright.
You gotta redeem yourself. This gives you a chance.
Man,
Jonathan,
what redemption, man.
What you got? DC Hero.
Man, like now I'm tempted to try to pick like the worst hero I can.
As long as it pops up, that I can search it. That's where
well,
that's
I mean,
where
like Google is all knowing, right? It should.
you would hope.
I would hope, man. I actually don't know my DC hero villains very.
Oh, Hero.
Hero, okay.
It's Hero.
Man, okay, my bad. I was getting the last question mixed up. Is it warm in here, guys? I can't. I cannot handle pressure very well. Let's see. Hero, DC. It's got to be shit. Is
Batman?
his name Toymaker?
What?
Toymaker.
He's a
is
bad
that
guy.
his name? That's a bad guy. I thought that was a good guy.
It's supposed to be a hero.
He's a hero, man.
Okay.
We'll
no.
look this
I'll
up.
do normal Google first.
Okay, my
Your whole
stomach
plan
There's,
works.
there's Batman, there's
Gotta keep
Robin,
I'm stalling.
Toymaker.
Nightwing.
You said Toymaker, right?
Yeah.
Toyman.
Toyman. Oh man.
Wait.
Oh.
No, there is a Toymaker.
Oh.
CEO of a toy company, Crank Co.
Oh boy.
I have seen that in Batman.
Yes.
It's in the Batman wiki. Well, I can't tell yet. 1 second. I'm reading to see if he's a hero
like-
or a villain.
Waiting to see if this kid's yours or not. Like these kind of results, you're like, oh man, I'm really nervous.
He's evil.
Oh my gosh!
It says alignment evil, so it don't count.
Who's his villain? Or his
The hero? Batman?
It says Batman.
Okay.
That might not help.
Look up Batman's like low key friends.
No, come on.
Not Loki from now. You mean like low key?
Wordplay master.
All right, we're just gonna go with Martian Manhunter guy.
Okay.
Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, he seems kind of like low.
Martian Manhunter.
There we go.
Superhero.
Yes.
Your score is
Oh boy.
31.
Oh, that's pretty low.
I'm gonna go with.
That's actually high.
I'm gonna go with Oracle.
Oh.
Oracle's kind of high, man.
Barbara Gordon, right?
Yeah,
Barbara
I
Gordon.
think she's pretty high up there.
I don't know.
I think so, yeah, because
We'll
a lot of
see.
people are like, "Oh, look, a chick!"
Okay, just off of Oracle, I'm not getting her specifically in the trend.
Just put Barbara Gordon at the end.
I was thinking about switching to just Barbara Gordon. Do you allow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, me
Barbara
or
Gordon?
Oh, yeah.
It's allowed, man.
Well, actually, it kind of was. Actually,
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Alright.
I will allow it.
Excuse me, I do believe.
Sidebar.
Barbara Gordon.
Oh.
Here we go. All right. You gotta get lower than 31.
I'm not gonna get lower.
No, you're not.
It's gonna be like 40 or 50.
37.
Oh! My 3!
All right.
Like 6.
Oh, 6.
Math.
Uh-huh.
Don't you work in a bank?
Oh, yeah, this is
One
true.
last request, David.
What?
Google something for me. How to handle fame. I cannot right now.
That being said, JonKuh, you win!
Yay!
Woo!
I take this
I
on.
wish I had a soundboard. Must invest.
Must have.
Ah!
Should have been an anime topic.
You like that reversal?
Oh,
It worked in
man.
my favor.
It was a pity round. It's like Jonathan, he just can't get high scores, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
No, it's round 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be great at golf, you know, like the lowest score wins. That'd be all
True.
me.
Very true.
you're lucky you're playing basketball.
Don't worry, it's like basketball. They win a point, I win a point. It's fun.
It's a tug of war with a ball.
With the ball. It really is.
It's what basketball is.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Not for me.
Did you guys enjoy it? Let us know in the comments. And if you're mad about that technicality around 2, DC.
If you agree with me on that technicality, let me know.
I'm going to make like a graphic of you doing that aliens. Where you're like, Marvel's top villain. And you're like, DC. I want to make that graphic now. So, put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Marvel?
Alright, so...
Spider-Man, he can't see.
Yeah, he's wearing Spider-Man, I'm wearing Nintendo, he's wearing anime. Look at that. Gaming, comics, anime. That's us.
That's what we got for
That's
you.
how we roll.
What a bunch of nerds.
Nerd Underground.
Underground.
So before we end this podcast for the week, a few things that are going to be announced. Those who were following the giveaway, which has been spearheaded by Moose, the $50, he's not here. The weather is really bad right now here in Oklahoma. Freezing rain and all that, just kind of out of the blue because the other day it was nice.
It's like 80 degrees this morning, and it was like...
It was great, and then freezing rain, and it froze my front door. I couldn't get out for a
Oh,
little while. I was like, ah!
Yeah, I'm staying inside, whatever.
And he's not here. He can't make the announcement. I haven't discussed who won it, so I can't announce it for him. So I guess it carries on for another week.
Oh, yeah.
So take advantage of this.
Yes.
In the comments, if you comment anything, you're entered as long as you're a subscriber to the channel. So on this podcast or any previous podcasts, comment anything. A question, a comment, snarky, bitch about JonKuh winning, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
And if you use actually hashtag DJ Dick Smash,
Oh, yeah.
you get 2 entries.
DJ Dick Smash? Double your chances. Double the Dick Smash.
And there's always somebody who's like, wait, if I comment on like last week's and this week's, do I keep getting it? No, it don't work like that. It's 1 or 2. That's how it works out right now with the giveaway. $50 giveaway. Let me iron out a few things. It's probably going to be released in some form of like Xbox points. That way we can send you the code officially. Or Amazon or something of the sort. We will discuss with you once we announce who it is and figure out how to give you that $50 gift. And we're probably going to do that like every other month or something like that. I don't want to rely on it, but it's something fun to give to you guys and get everybody engaged.
Ooh.
It's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll announce that next week, as long as we have Moose. And take advantage of this grace period. Comment below. Jump into this giveaway. $50. And yeah. Heck yeah. A second announcement. We are working on merchandise.
Oh.
Opening a merch store. With graphics, t-shirts, stickers.
Stickers.
So many stickers.
Stickers.
And Jonathan and I are having a lot of fun with that right now.
Oh, yeah.
And when we finally get the website back up and running, is also when the merch store will be up, and we'll make that announcement. And hopefully by that time, be wearing some sweet swag.
Nice.
That would be cool. Yeah. Look at that.
So cool. Every host is getting kind of like their own personal t-shirt design, kind of like skateboarders back in the day with decks. I don't know if they do it now, but their own graphics on the deck. It's pretty cool. You get a graphic on your deck?
Do what? On the Deck Smash? Wait, what?
Deck Smash. Your skateboarding name now. So, yeah, gotta make those announcements. Probably play some more Trendarts. And
Yeah.
you'll see more Ryo Azuro.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll try to come on as much as possible.
Not just podcasts. I think we should make a Ryo Azuro
Anime
corner.
Yeah. Tell me what you like. Who do you think is gonna win?
Yeah.
And because when this comes out, it'll be tomorrow on the 24th. So who do you think's gonna win?
Give us your prediction right now. Who's going to take the anime?
Anime of the year, soundtrack.
No,
best
yours.
boy.
What do you think?
Anime of the year.
The top category?
Your top category.
Top
right
category. I think it's gonna be between My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Season 2 and Made in Abyss, just because it's great now because a lot of people now they got rid of Anime Strike of having to be a subscriber to Amazon Prime to watch it and then pay another $5 every month for Anime Strike. Now it's part of your Amazon Prime.
Oh,
More people are watching the shows So I'm thinking probably Made in Abyss could be an underdog. But I've watched most of those minus like Lion and whatever. But I like Ancient Magus Bride. That's really a good one. But I think My Hero, just because of the popularity of it, is probably going to win. Closely followed by Made in Abyss as the underdog, if it makes sense.
I'm going to start reading this manga called My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness.
Oh,
as I'm reading through these now. But,
Japan, don't stop being yourselves.
Don't
keep
stop.
being you.
We love
Keep
you.
being you.
Bringing me your waifu pillows and give me
Bring the whole
your
family, not just a waifu pillow. Bring a waifu pet. The pet food.
What?
The pet food.
to have pets.
A pet food, man.
And on that note, let's get out of here.
Yeah. You get like a little waifu and a pet food. Yeah.
The podcast is over now. We're done. We're done before he gets off on a tangent that there's no return.
Yeah.
Before JonKuh gets made into the abyss.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you for tuning in. What I haven't done in previous podcasts, I definitely should do. You can catch us on social medias. Myself, you can find me, David Foruria. My name's there in the description. Because my last name is spelled all weird. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all that. Have fun. This cut don't do none of that.
No, not right now.
But Ryo Azuro, you can find him on Twitters.
Twitter at Ryo Azuro, all one word.
In the description.
I also do gaming content, as you saw like before. I did gaming content, but right now I have a 5-month-old, so that takes up most of my time.
Take a break.
So I can't.
And the other time you have is dedicated to ARC.
ARC,
You
yeah.
son of a bitch.
No, I'm sorry.
When you said you were breeding, I assumed a baby.
Well, that happened too.
But yeah, find us all on there. Nerd is also on there. We got a Twitter. It's NU which is DOT TV, all spelled out. You can find us on there. You can find us. I'm gonna start up an Instagram for us.
Oh.
Nice.
Do behind the scenes stuff with that.
Yes.
We're on Podbean for the podcast. Hopefully, I'm doing all the criteria correctly. That we're on iTunes.
Nice.
You're the Apple guy. I should ask you to check.
I'll check.
You got an iPhone?
I do.
We're checking that after this is over. And, yeah, and eventually we're going to get on SoundCloud. We were talking about that.
SoundCloud.
And there was a couple others. We're sending the podcast everywhere. You know, spread the net wide.
Yes.
But our top thing we want you to watch us and enjoy us on is YouTube. YouTube, Nerd Underground TV, not just Nerd Underground, Nerd Underground TV, because there is some dude out there called Nerd Underground, but they're lazy and don't do shit.
We've taken over.
We will, and we'll trademark that, and we will conquer all. We are Nerd Underground. Yeah, go enjoy our old content. We have officially revamped. You can tell by the thumbnails our different stages of development. So just look out for the current logo. It's the badass one that is on everything right now, so you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. We got some new shows coming out, and you'll probably see some more Ryo Azuro, as I said earlier.
All right.
Yeah.
I
We're
can't wait
everywhere.
to come back.
Looking forward
Come
to that.
follow us. Come comment and talk to us. It's lots of fun. We're a cool community. We have some laughs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, really good.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. This was a little longer podcast than the last few,
Oh boy.
but I am
Nice.
glad because we hit some interesting topics.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you won.
And
Jonathan won.
Yeah, and I won.
How do you
yeah.
feel about that?
Feel pretty good.
Yeah.
How to handle fame.
Yeah. The moment the mic is off, you'd be like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
Wait till next week.
Or whenever.
We'll see.
Oh, whenever.
We'll see who contends next week. Actually, it might be Moose versus Padawan Joe.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Good.
we'll see. We'll see how the roster fills out and how the weather treats us. But until then, thank you guys. Keep it classy. We love you. Peace.
Adios.
Later.
Cut.